Hello guys, welcome back to 1878 Blues for the match preview, Liverpool v Everton at Anfield. Normally the other way round, we normally play at home for the first Merseyside derby, but yeah, times have changed. It's now Liverpool's turn. It's got to be an emotional day for Liverpool fans because it was the game that Diego Jota scored his last goal in football. So yeah, there will be an emotion behind that, but I think, with that emotion with them as well, I just think they're going to turn up. I hope not, because I hope they do play the same way they have been, and they have been getting away with it, and I hope their luck runs out against us. Even against Atletico Madrid, where they scored again, at the end, and I text one of my mates and just said, listen, doesn't matter if you just lost a 2-goal lead, you're going to score and add it on time. It's going to happen. And I should have put a bet on it, to be honest. And you could probably put a bet on this one as well, which will be the absolute worst thing ever. If it happened, I'll I know. I have a party to go to after watching that game later on in the evening, and I really don't want to be in a pissed off mood for it. So please, Everton, don't fucking dampen my night. Don't let them be lucky again. They haven't played absolutely terrible every game, but there's many games where I think they should have fucked it for themselves, or they haven't played well and they've just managed to find a way, either by luck or just a quality moment. And yeah, very frustrating as a rival supporter, wanting them to do bad. Obviously, solely more focused on us, of course, but you don't want that to see them doing well, and yeah, they've got maximum points. But it's got to stop at some point. Well, you'd hope so. And I hope Everton will be that team. Even happening in the Champions League, as I mentioned before the other night, it just made me think, is this actually leading the way for Everton to actually get something from Liverpool here to stop their winning streak? And we might look at a draw as a win for us, but I'm fucking sick of it, of never beating them at Anfield. And we have done in the last few years, but it was with no crowd, and it does make a difference. Still great, that moment anyway, and obviously the stats will say, it's only been 3 or 4 years since we last won there. But personally, I want to see them fans cry in front of me, knowing that Everton have turned up and ruined the party for them. This title charge they're on, the quadruple charge that they're just, apparently to them, they're gonna fucking win everything again. But we've got players here who have played in big games. We've got players here who've got strong mentality. You would hope so. And we've got a manager who's not as fearful as Sean Dyche. So we'll have to see. And I hope that we do turn up. But we all know David Moyes' record against top 6 sides isn't very good. And that was my worry when we appointed him again, because it's a fundamental part of your season in terms of, there's 12 games there against these sides, and if we struggle badly, we're requiring to beat these lesser sides or sides in and around us. And obviously there's other teams who are slightly better than us as well, but we struggle against promoted teams in recent years, and you don't want that to be a thing of, well, if we struggle with them and the top 6, then you're basically going to struggle this season. There's still a lot of games there to play, but no game is easy. But that's the history we have recently, is this club and David Moyes' history overall as a manager in the Premier League. So them two things combined, we'll be struggling. But look, we've made a good start. I hope it continues. I was a bit frustrated that we didn't beat Villa. We deserved to win, but we didn't, knowing that this game was coming up, where history tells, since I've been alive, it's been absolutely tragic in Anfield, absolute tragic. And it's very frustrating seeing other teams out there who are, I wouldn't say as big as us in terms of club size, and they've gone and beat Liverpool, or some of them have got decent records at Anfield. Not in recent times, but there's been the odd win there and there, and back in the day, there was teams who had a decent record at Anfield at times, and we've just never been that team. We've just struggled every time. It doesn't matter who they fucking line up. They'd face the kids one time and beat us 1-0. So we've got to go in there with no fear and be confident that we can get at them. You know, there is a weakness there, and it is their defence. But again, how exposed do you want to leave yourselves to be with that attack? You know, there's so many players. The whole squad can score. The whole squad. You know, I hope Michalenko's back. I don't know if it's probably been a pre-match conference today. I haven't had time to watch anything, so I don't know the news on these injured players, but I hope Branthwaite's back, because we do need them. Keane's played well. You know, there's an argument that Tarkowski, his head can go in some of these games. But then again, it's Michael Keane, and you're just waiting for a very bad game, and this looks like it's something that he would, you know, perform to them levels. I can discuss how we could set up and who we're going to be. I just hope we don't just sit back and let them come on us. I do hope we have this kind of no fear attitude. You know, a lot of Liverpool fans don't respect Everton, take the piss out of us all the time. If we got a draw, and a few times in our lives, I've heard them compliment us in the game. So, and they've still managed to win, like that 1-0 with the Origi moment that they don't go shut up about. We actually played well that game. So it would fucking hurt more if we played well and lost. But again, as I mentioned before, I'm sick of draws. I'll be happy with a point, obviously, to the grand scheme of things. You know, obviously stopping them from winning as well. It'll be great, but I don't know if it's just greediness, but it's really not, when you've not really seen your team win at Anfield ever since I've been alive. So it will be an amazing moment if he did that, and I think it will humble some of their fans, and hopefully it'll just set us off to bigger things, but obviously a moment that we could all enjoy. Again, that sounds like a dream, like it will never happen, and I don't think it will happen, and I think Liverpool have too much for us, and I actually think they'll play well this time and deserve to win. So I'm going to go for Liverpool 3, Everton 1. It hurts me to say it. I want to be realistic. I always want to back my team, but history speaks itself, and we could have fucking Messi in our team, and I can't see us beating Liverpool at Anfield. Till the day it happens, I will have more belief, but I don't have belief. I really don't. Despite how we've played this season, the positive energy around the club, I can't see it. I can see Isaac scoring. I know that sounds very obvious, but if not Isaac scoring, Wirtz, one of them two are going to score, I guarantee you, because they've had a lot of criticism. Not really Isaac, but obviously the way he left Newcastle and stuff, and it's his first Premier League start, or could be his start. And then Wirtz has had a bit of criticism, but I can see him performing fucking brilliantly in this match, unfortunately. But I hope I am completely chatting shite, and I hope we go there and smash them. But yeah, I'm just being realistic, to be honest. Anyway, that's my match preview. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all soon.